I got something special because I came across this video on YouTube how TKO ruined WWE. Um, and this is a rebuttal because I gotta say it's bullshit what people are doing lately. Lately, people are putting all the blame on the WWE lacking based on The Rock's involvement. So, just because I don't give a shit, I'm gonna do this. So, like, wrestling, WWE before, I guess they had this in their mind that wrestling was sacred, wrestling was bloody, the ring was sacred, all that bullshit. But you know what? Like, I've watched New Japan for like 30 years. The ring has always had ad space on it. And one of the arguments in the video even like tried to make Vince McMahon look like the good guys and TKO look like bad guys. Specifically, he put the blame on The Rock. As you can see in a lot of these cuts, there's a lot of cuts to Dana White. There's a lot of cuts to Ali. There's a lot of cuts to Vince McMahon and Triple H. There's especially a lot of cuts focusing on The Rock, and The Rock being put at the head of TKO in a chairman position, and like, I think it's bullshit. He tries to say that before TKO, WWE was not an IP. WWE was always about IPs. Prime, whatever, man. They were already having ads on the board barriers. They're having ads on the video boards. They were having ads on wrestlers' clothes. They were having ads for matches. They used to have KFC matches sponsored. There was nothing sacred about WWE and sponsorships. There's nothing wrong with sponsorship. There's nothing wrong with in-ring sponsorships at all. And like this guy kept focusing on The Rock. Kept focusing on like the corporate structure. It's all because of The Rock. It's all because of this problem, all this advertising. It's all problem is The Rock. No, advertising is good. Money is good. Making money is good. When The Rock got called in by Emmanuel, by Ari, he got called in because they weren't selling tickets to the Elimination Chamber. Nothing was hitting. When The Rock came in, he was there to save WWE. He put interest in Cody Rhodes and the turn and all that shit and sell me your soul. And you know what? He set it up. The Rock came in, John Cena turned. And what did WWE do with that? They turned John Cena heel. And what have they done since? They've done nothing. All John Cena's done is gone to every town, wear that town's home team colors, sell shirts, and be cheered. There is a part in this video where he talks about John Cena carrying the boos of the fans. Okay? He's like showing John Cena as a heel. Oh, all these fans are hating him, and John Cena had to carry the heat. And I'm like, yeah, that's what heels do. But in this scenario, John Cena, if you're watching WWE TV, John Cena is not being booed. John Cena is not being treated as the villain of the story. John Cena, in his retirement year, was cheered on to victory to win a WWE title. I had family members, I had friends, I had people that I podcasted with who were live at WrestleMania. They cheered the fuck out of John Cena. They cheered him. They still cheer him today. Because the fans, they respect John Cena. They don't respect Cody. Cody spent the majority of his title run having meaningless feuds, doing nothing. And it's so weird that we have this blame it on John Cena, blame it on The Rock. When you know what? Like, who's the booker? It's Triple H, Hunter Hearst Helmsley, Paul Levesque. He's booking WWE. He's the one making these decisions. If The Rock comes in and whatever, who cares? Travis Scott comes in, who fucking cares? Like, at the end of the day, the guy who's booking the matches, the guy who's writing the story, the guy who's put on the forefront of WWE Creative, Paul Levesque, is the one that's booking all this shit. John Cena needlessly turned heel. He could have turned heel. He could have went all the way. They could have went all the way. They could have changed his music. They could have changed everything. But instead, he just a "You People" promo, and it's gotten to the point where the fans have just turned on Cody Rhodes. The fans have cheered John Cena to his victory. Every time you hear John Cena's music, you know what happens with the fans? Do they boo? No, they pop, and they keep going back to The Rock. It's all The Rock's fault. Why did The Rock do this to Cody? And I'm just like, no, you can't blame The Rock. You can't. You try to say the WrestleMania 41 main event was a creative disaster. No, the fans cheered. They absolutely cheered on John Cena to victory. There was no backlash. Only backlash there was from the Cody Crybabies. I want to keep saying that Cody Crybabies just, y'all gotta stop. Y'all gotta stop blaming The Rock for your boy Cody's deficiencies. Y'all gotta stop blaming The Rock for Triple H's lack of creative. We saw it in NXT where he ran out of the idea. All his ideas were heel champ runs the gamut, heel champ kicks out of everything, heel champ. And then what we keep seeing is people keep putting blame on The Rock for this. Like, he's the guy booking W. He's not. He was there for one thing, and all that WWE did, all that Triple H and his 28 writers did was do nothing. They've done nothing to make Cena a more engaging character. They've done nothing to make Cena more hated. All that's happened is because of Cena's last year is he's been cheered, he's been encouraged, people keep buying his merch. He just was at San Diego Comic-Con revealing all of that, and WrestleMania made all that money. They made so much money in Las Vegas this year that they're deciding to go back to Value Vegas in the next year. And not for nothing, but WWE has completely been creatively bankrupt for the last, come on, like, we can honestly say they've been creatively bankrupt for at least like 5, 10, 8 years. And if we look at what's going on with WWE, do we really have people on the way up? Do we really have like wrestlers that are worth caring about? Do we really trust the process of Triple H's creative? Do we really want to have all these old age wrestlers like AJ Styles, John Cena, Finn Balor, Damian Priest, all these like 45-year-old guys, all these almost 50-year-old guys? Like, it's been the same thing. Like, Judgment Day, they were like the only other group besides freaking the Bloodline, and they're still on TV. We're at the point now where we're going to actual nostalgia for Roman Reigns, nostalgia for like 2 years ago. And you know why that is? Because Roman is an actual star compared to what we have going on right now. Is CM Punk engaging the people? Not really. Is Logan Paul really engaging the people? Not really. And like, we go back to Travis Scott, we go back to Cody. Is that really something? Look, will they really ever get Bad Bunny back after like teaming up with the guy that said Puerto Rico was garbage? I don't think so. And people want to harp on all these releases. These releases meant nothing. Releases don't really mean anything. All releases mean is people didn't do their job and now they're gone. Right? That's what wrestling is. I really hate that we've come to the point where people want to find blame in other people and other entities in the company as TKO for all these decisions, when WWE has always been about making these releases, when WWE has always done these legendary cuts after WrestleMania. And you know what? It's like, it's ridiculous. And it's fine. Releasing people is fine. And we're gonna harp on like the theme music in WWE. Like, it's horrible. It's bad. It's AI trash. It's AI generated. It's garbage. And there's so much to hate WWE on. There's so much to say that WWE is dying. And I'm gonna say it right now. WWE is dying. They've been dying for like 10 years. There is no creative there that's very engaging. There's nothing like on TV that wants to make you watch TV. There's no wrestlers that are talented enough. I mean, shout outs to Rhea. Shout outs to Io Sky. Shout out to Bianca Belair. I mean, when's the last time we saw Bianca on air, huh? And there's there's just nothing. I don't want to say WWE sucks because it has sucked. It will suck, and it's gonna continue to suck as long as we have a bum like Triple H in charge of this company. And you know, like it's absolutely garbage. It's absolute garbage. You have one guy in charge of WWE who has his specific favorites, like a Randy Orton. He has his favorites, these old guys. Do we really want to rely on a Randy Orton to sell out an arena? When has the last time a Randy Orton main evented and was a draw? Can we say that Randy Orton's a draw? I don't think so. Is Randy Orton on par for being one of the top guys of all time? I don't think so. It's just Jesus. When I think of like all this delusions, these delusions of the WWE defenders, but finally coming on the ground because of the price of ticket prices in WWE. Like going to WrestleMania this year, it costs to get like just even like a decent seat, $2,000 per seat, and like idiotic fans pay this. It is the same game plan TKO used with UFC. They kind of pushed away their blue collar fan base and encouraged like people to come in because it's like you pay money for this experience. You pay the big money to come here. Of course you would always pay this to come, but like you push away the fan base who made you what you were. And like here we are on the back end of 2025, and I don't think anybody can really say with confidence that WWE is hot. And you could say that about a lot of wrestling, because like if we say it like seriously, like do we consider AEW hot? Do we consider New Japan hot? Is CMLL hot? Because now they're kind of like AAA is catching up to them in viewership and in attendance. And like, I don't think wrestling is hot right now. And here we go in the video, he's like talking about like stuff like the releases. And again, like as I said earlier, the releases don't really matter. We talk about this again. You blaming profit margins of WWE just focusing on profit. WWE has been a publicly traded company since about 1999. 1999, it's been on the New York Stock Exchange. It's about 26 years. It was always about corporate interest. It was always about profits. It's what we do. And to claim that it's never been this way, that it was never all about this, is ridiculous. WWE has held a monopoly on pro wrestling for over 24 years, 25 years. Let's be real. 25 years they've had a monopoly on pro wrestling. They've trained their fan base and they trained the layman to think WWE is pro wrestling, that WWE is the only pro wrestling. And that's a problem. That's a problem for many reasons. It's a problem because the product that WWE right now is putting out isn't inspiring anybody to come and watch. And like, if we look at the last guys that WWE made, we look at the Shield, and that's like from 10 freaking years ago, man. 10 years ago. They failed to make anybody else since the Shield within that same time period. I guess the closest you could say that they've made is Logan Paul, I guess Cody Rhodes, and WWE is just not it. And again, we go back to corporate sponsorships. This video, it's absolutely bad. It's absolutely putting blame where it shouldn't be. WWE has always been a corporate entity whose main concern was making money. It has always been a business that exploited pro wrestlers, would pay them junk, would let these guys work until they're hurt and work while they're hurt, and that led to many very young deaths in this business. WWE, I guess in the long run, you could say without WWE, wrestling would never have been so popular. But again, WWE propagated the same kind of culture that pro wrestling has always propagated, of work until you're dead and find a new person to replace them. And folks, I gotta say that thank you for joining me on this. I just saw this really stupid video, and I thought you guys would enjoy me commenting on it and saying, you know, it's fucking garbage. It's all garbage. And that's all I gotta say about that. Thank you for listening, and ciao.